All right. Hello, world. How's everybody doing? Hello, Herbert. Tim, good to see you. Tuan, good to see you as well. We have Cece coming in, she'll be here momentarily. The cool thing is like we've been working together on this app, and essentially we've been able to like share a Creative Cloud library and all sorts of fun things. So it's been pretty easy for us to work together. So she's gonna be coming in a second. Yesterday was really cool. We had Damien Borba and Ash Huang with us as well, and they showed us some new features in Adobe XD, which was really awesome. So. Hello there. So that was pretty cool. I'm going to be showing you some of those like tips and tricks, things that I didn't even quite know about as well in Adobe XD. So if that sounds good to you, Rita and Texeta as well. Steve. All right. Cece, no, she's right here. She's just invisible. No, actually, she's right here. She's going to plug in a second. And yeah, we'll get this party started if that works for you guys. I think that would be fantastic. I'm just gonna switch to my screen real fast.
Hi.
Hello. Oh, there you are. Hey, let's go full screen. Oh, there you are.
Yeah,
plugging in.
Just not late or anything.
You are good. I'll just yeah, cool. We will get you plugged in. I think Crystal, if you want to just grab that HDMI.
Oh, this is what I need. Yeah.
Yeah, she was wearing all green. That was the situation. She was wearing all green, and she was getting keyed out her entire body. So she had to go change, and now here she is.
Keyed out.
Keyed out because the background's green. You would be a floating head.
Yeah, that would be pretty.
Yeah.
Weird and disconcerting for everyone.
I know, just like a floating head.
Clean that MacBook. Yeah, I know. I should really do that. And my chickens are fine. It's raining a lot here, so the chickens are really wet. They look really silly when they're wet.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
That's right. We get to talk about all this stuff. This is super fun. So, good to have you here.
Thank you.
How you doing?
Paul. I'm good.
Yeah.
Yeah. How are you?
So yes, like you said, it's raining here. It's actually been raining here for the past I feel like 24 hours or something.
Yes. Yes.
It's been kind of wild.
Oh, it's been crazy.
Yeah. So the usual suspects are here, and as well as a lot of new people. William Workman, good to see you as well. Noureddin, we've been reviewing designs. We've been doing all sorts of things. We actually have a different contest today that you will hear about as well.
Okay.
Which is super fun.
Okay.
But also, I think I had a lot of fun working with you on Tuesday. It was a blast.
Great.
I just loved watching you work. Like, I really did. So I think this is like a real treat for me.
Oh, awesome.
And what you did do, and we don't have to switch to any other camera or anything, but I'll just kind of pull these up. Because we kind of started with these sketches.
Yeah, we did.
Right?
Yep.
Kind of.
Yep. So what we did, so I can describe what we did. We just started by defining the problems that we have with cooking. So for those who are new, we decided to make an app that helps people make huge dinners for friends where you're using multiple recipes online, because I don't know if you guys have ever made big dinners and you have like multiple tabs open on your computer or your iPad or your phone, and you're like constantly trying to figure it all out. But what if you could have all that stuff in one place, and you have an app that sort of just like tells you exactly what to do at what time.
And that's what you
and that's
so
what we
defined
did. So we did some problems. We had some problems. So like we had some people from the chat just kind of like shout out some of the things that they worry about when they're having when they're doing recipes. So these are things like worrying if your roast is in the oven for too long because there's no alarm, like that you aren't able to aggregate all of the recipes in one place. You really want to be efficient, and you want to make sure that you're using every single second of your time efficiently. And you also want to make sure that your prep time, for example, like maybe you just have like a whole bunch of ingredients that you need to chop. And you just don't know that you need to chop them, or you just don't know which ones to chop all at once. And then also things like multiplying recipes. And so what we did is we just did like a little bit of like a quick Sharpie wireframe to just kind of like say you put in a URL, and then you get like a bunch of menus, and then from the menus you just get like a step-by-step. And then I can show you guys some of the wireframes that we did on XD, And I think today what we're going to do is I think we'll just have more fun and talk about, oh yeah, and yes, on Tuesday we also did a naming brainstorm, and we decided we were going to name it Whisk.
Yes,
yeah,
Whisk, which is, again, we just decided that kind of at the end of the stream.
Yeah,
so
yeah, we did.
That's going to be really fun.
And I think it would be really fun if we, designed some logos together and then sort of like popped it into a more, high fidelity prototype.
You know what I'm already struggling with? I'm like, wait, how do you spell whisk? W-H-I-S-W. Right? Or just do...
Yeah.
Whisk. Do you ever do that? Do you ever
I do that all the time.
Stare at a word so long it doesn't even make sense to you anymore?
Yes.
There's no way it's spelled that way.
All the time.
W-H-I-S-K.
Yeah.
So whisk. So hopefully that's a pretty international word.
Yeah.
And it was fun. So also even in Johnny Vino's the last stream, the group was designing logos and everything as well.
Oh, cool.
I love it. I'm totally gonna. I love the name. Again, that's from you guys. I don't remember who said it, but totally captures the essence of what we're trying to do.
Yeah, it was great.
Right, whisk it up. So welcome, Karsten and her. Good to have you here, and that's fun. Really fun. And by the way, there's a huge trend. That's why this works. There's a big trend with these food prep, food delivery services like your Blue Aprons and Green Chefs and HelloFresh and stuff like that, which is still like this hard copy, but like make it easy for me to cook.
Yeah.
Which is so essentially what we're...
Exactly. Like, people just want to learn how to cook. And, I've used Blue Apron. Have you used Blue Apron? And I like Blue Apron, but I feel like there's just so much waste, or there's, a lot of, packaging.
Yeah.
I don't know. But I really do
That's
like
true. There really is, especially with a lot of the, the packages that help them keep it cold, like the ice packs and stuff like that is a big, so you have to go through that whole recycling thing. Yeah.
True.
I use Green Chef. Yeah, which was also good. Similar service. But let's switch to your screen.
Okay, great. Let's do it.
Because yours has some fancy
awesome
wireframes.
Yeah, so I just want to, we all remember what it was and what the general flow was.
James. He just mentions whiskey,
oh,
which that's another app that could follow the same format, but that's for making the cocktails after dinner.
I like that. That's good. That's good.
Oh, man.
Making mold, because there are those days when you want to make 10 cocktails at once, but you really want to make them efficiently. You need an app for that.
You know how you have those days where you're like, I need 10 cocktails stat.
Right, exactly. I love it, and I'm terrible at making cocktails. So.
Oh, I love it. I can talk. We're going off on a tangent. I can talk about that all day long. I've made my own bitters.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's impressive. How do you
it's
do that?
just following directions, essentially, what we are doing here.
Okay, yeah, that's true.
And what do? You add a bunch of spices and things to an alcohol, and you let it just mature over the course of the month.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
And then the alcohol sucks all the flavor out of whatever you put in it.
That's right.
And you end up with the most potent, liquid ever, which is why it's always served in small bottles.
That makes sense. I think done vanilla that way. Anyway, okay, so
yeah, we are seeing your screen.
Let's talk about the wireframes that we did the other day. So, time to cook. Basically, what this app does is just aggregates lots of different recipes into one area. So we started out with a UI that just lets a user paste a URL into a screen. And I'll zoom in a little bit, and then once you do, it sort of gives you a readout of, a short readout of what that recipe is, and then, how many servings you're making, and then you can easily sort of toggle up and down. And then when you add another recipe, it would give you sort of the same experience where you type in another URL, and then you just have a list of them. And as you can see, as you're sort of adding recipes, your ingredient list is increasing. And so what we need here is, there's no button here, but I think what we need to do is add a little button somewhere up here that says start recipe or something like that. I'm just going to put that in because I forgot to put that in the other day. We're using, let's see, start recipe. Yeah, so imagine like, you know, once you finish doing all these things, or not start recipe, start cooking. Start cooking.
Yeah. Start whisking.
Start whisking. Whisk me away. I don't know.
I love it.
And then, you know, so maybe also when you've checked off everything, it gives you even a louder kind of thing that says start cooking. But that was an idea that we had yesterday. The other screen that we sort of didn't quite complete yesterday was the sort of prep step where you're just kind of like chopping all of your vegetables. I think that really it's just going to end up looking as the first step in this list that we made. So, you know, this is kind of the UI that we came to for like for actually just like making all of the different recipes. So you've got like 5, you know, URLs that you've pasted in, and the app is able to like smartly read all of the recipes and sort of like break them down into their, you know, into the important chunks. So for example, like, you know, marinating the beef is separate, or marinating the chicken is separate from like I guess this is separate, like say from, you know, put the chicken in the oven, you know.
So yeah, we're just kind of going down this logically, because there was also the issue, like that's what we're trying to do. Because somebody asked on Tuesday when you have to do 2 things simultaneously, and you're never really doing 2 things simultaneously. That's why this is solving that problem, kind of. Is that correct?
Yep, correct.
So marinate the chicken, you know, marinate the beef, like make the pasta, put the chicken in the oven. Prepare the kale salad. Oh, and were we gonna do we were gonna add an icon to put chicken in the oven or something? We're gonna do some icon stuff.
Yeah. So the other cool icon stuff we were gonna do was like say you've put the beef in the oven or something, and you've already put it in. Instead of having like, you know, a check mark or something because it's not quite completed yet, we'd have a flame or something there.
I got a flame for you.
Oh, you do?
I do. Yeah, I do.
I was gonna try to make my own flame, but
no, I gotcha.
Okay, you got it.
We're here for you.
Alrighty, okay.
I love you. Just like dive in. Hey, make a flame. Done. All right.
I mean, yeah, we
Boy, before you even finish your sentence, you're like, I made a flame.
Look at this crazy process for making a flame. I don't know. We're designing. This is going to be the most terrible flame ever. So.
Do you need a?
Like a reference image for a flame?
Yeah.
Probably.
So here, this might just kind of, if you want to peek.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Ooh, this one's gorgeous.
Oh, yeah, that's nice.
Well, this one, shall I say, is hot.
I love it. Okay, there you go. This is like the crappiest flame ever.
That's kind of what we're referencing. And what I actually did is just switch to my screen just so you can kind of see. I'm good. I got it. I'm a fast one. So also in using the custom shape tool in Photoshop, I found a flame in here. So that's actually what I ended up using.
Nice. Oops.
I'm trying to... But the one that you're probably making is actually better than the one that... Oh yeah, so this is the one I actually used. There's this fire icon, which is just too detailed.
Oh.
Not crazy.
Yeah, there are a lot of like components to that shape.
So.
But, yeah, I don't know. This is here.
I like it.
Little silly flame icon. Let's see.
I would do that. I feel like making it a touch larger so the flame kind of spills out over the, or does it or does it not? I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, like we've the what's it called? The check.
Does it kind of break the circle?
Break the circle. Yeah, no, I like that.
Hey, you're good.
Let's see. Yeah, put the beef in the oven, and then we can make sure that this color is the same color as this guy. Anyway, so you know, this app or these wireframes are just wireframes, by the way. We haven't really done any of the visual design.
That's the extent of the visuals, and then I think we used one image.
Oh yeah, that's right.
But I really like this because I want to know, once you go past a step you can't forget that you put the beef in the oven.
Right.
So that clearly sticks out as, hey, this is going on, and this is what helps it so I don't burn down the house.
Yes, yes. I've almost done that before, actually. It was bad. My mom got really mad at me. I left some pot roast or something on the on the stove.
Anybody's burned down the house? I will have to say that our team offsite, not this year, the year before, I burned all the macaroons. I basically caused a fire in this brand new kitchen. So it's a place here in San Francisco. Brand new business. Everything is brand new.
Oh my goodness.
And we were putting the macaroons in the oven, and and they were up in flames. So I burned the macaroons, and I haven't lived that down.
Oh wow. But
they'll still let me in the kitchen, but they put 2 big kitchen mitts on my hands, so I can't grab anything. No, I don't know. I'm not allowed to touch anything, is what I'm saying.
Okay.
Anyways.
All right. Well,
but that's how you learn. And
exactly.
I have this flame. I know. Okay.
Yeah.
I put that in there. Let's not forget. Let's move on to mixing in the pasta stuff.
Yeah. Mixing the pasta stuff.
So not to forget. So the app's called Whisk. I'm also gonna I might work on a logo, but essentially. We need a logo in there because we're kind of still clicking through the screens. Sorry to interrupt.
Yeah, no, that's great. So in this design, can you check every step you are done? That's a good question. So for example, are you able to click back into this step?
I don't see why not.
Yeah, I think that would be great.
Totally.
Of course.
Because I want to be oh wait, was I supposed to?
Yeah, exactly.
Do X.
In fact, one of the steps that I thought that maybe we could take today is we could just do another quick usability test with some of the new people that are here, and then we can sort of critically examine each of the steps and just kind of critique each of the steps together. I don't know, and before doing some of the other edits.
Yeah, we're totally we need you, Jay. We need Claudia. We need everybody to kind of double check kind of the workflow that we're doing, right? I mean, just kind of does this stuff make sense? I think she has a great thought, Claudia. If you do put the chicken in the oven or whatever, the beef in the oven, and over time, does the interface start to glow red? Because
and then it should turn brown, and then it should turn black
does
ashes.
It start at the bottom and I don't know.
Yeah. No, I like that. That's really cool.
Ooh, yeah. Fun. Even from the put beef in the oven, literally from that little flame, does it radiate out some heat, or does that panel start to glow? But can you point to this is the source of the fire?
Yeah.
Over time. And again, we're just having fun right now.
Yeah. It's all just fun.
And then, so what you could do, here's a tip that I actually showed earlier, but let me just change this really fast.
Yeah, so something like this or whatever.
We'll make a crispy interface. Let's go transparent.
I feel I don't know.
I mean, it might be a better idea, and in execution might work.
I think this is an interesting part, with design, right? You only want to give the minimum number of affordances you need in order for the design to work. And so I feel in this particular instance, you don't really need this big glowing red thing, because the flame can already do a lot of that work for you. Mm-hmm. You can make the flame flicker a little bit with animation,
mm-hmm.
or you can make it just glow different colors over time. And so yeah, for that reason, I would probably just sort of keep it.
Although I do have to say that I loved your design execution of the radiating flame.
Thank you.
It was very elegant.
Thank you.
Between you and Laura, you do have good ideas. I'm into it. She was the one that's make it look like it's burning. But
nice.
we could always set a timer. We can have. This is currently a web-based app, if you will. Is that correct?
It's web. Well, we're using iPad as the.
Yeah.
But I think web-based is great because why not just make it available to everyone who's on a browser and not have to download an app because I use a browser. when I'm cooking. Yeah, and then this is like the last page we did where we added like an image to it. And then we also played around with just kind of like, you know, whiting out everything and only showing like what was the most important piece.
And is this where we duplicated an earlier screen? Is this what we did here? Just to, because this is, it looks like this says step 1.
Yeah, never mind, that was step 1.
No, it's totally
Sorry.
cool, because that's what I would do. Like, that's what I do in Illustrator and stuff. It's like
Yeah.
duplicate, play with it. Like, if you're not, you don't want to screw up the original, but you want to play with the design.
Yeah,
So.
yeah, totally.
And I really like this. Although I will say, like, by adding the image on the side, that's pretty much the only distinguishing feature that distinguishes it from a wireframe.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm
totally.
saying? Like,
Oh,
it's no
totally.
longer a wireframe at this point. It starts
Yeah.
to dive into.
Yeah, and I think that's what we were also talking about, like materiality of this. So for example, like when you start, this white thing is sort of like on the top layer, but then, you know, when you start cooking, the white sort of overtakes everything, and then this new panel comes in. And so I wonder whether this panel should actually be, hold on, I'm just gonna play around with this.
Yeah, play around with that, because I also have an idea, you know, around that as well. So, so
Yeah, I don't know,
cute.
something like that.
What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna share I'm gonna put a bunch of images in our Creative Cloud library,
Okay,
and you
great.
can just like pull them from there.
Okay, that sounds great.
And they might just be watermarked, but that's all we need to do.
Okay, great. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just start playing around with different visual looks for this. So because, you know, we've got a wireframe, we have this sort of like, I think 2 main screens that that sort of have like that are sort of like the system, right? There's this main screen where you have the recipes and the ingredients, and then you have like the cooking screen. So, you know, what I typically do in my design flow, once I get like a UX that I actually, you know, like, I sort of like take the 2 main screens, or just one screen really, and then I just start iterating on like, you know, what on different looks for it. So what I'm going to do actually is I'm going to just start with this one actually, because I like that it has like a lot of like big, you know, big typefaces and whatever, because then we can just sort of like play around with different typefaces and color, and then we can sort of take those decisions.
And I have some fun things to show you around that, by the way.
Oh, okay,
as we
great.
start to play with.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, typefaces and color and stuff like that. So
That sounds great. Okay, so I'm just...
there's a way to like globally change colors and fonts and stuff.
Oh, okay, awesome. Yeah,
So.
would love to play around with that.
Yeah, it's real easy to work with.
So I'm just going to call this visual exploration. And my sketch file is, of course, or sorry, my XD file is, of course, very messy at the moment. Start. So, I don't know, the first thing that sometimes I think about is like creating kind of like almost a mood board, or a like right next to the screen is just like starting to compile like different moods and different colors. One of the apps that I really, really love using is an app called like Coolors or Colors.com. I don't know if you've ever seen it, but it looks like
you want to go to Adobe's version of that?
Oh yeah, you have Cooler, right?
But if you just go to color.adobe.com, just
color.
color.adobe.com.
Yeah.
I mean, it's pretty much going to be the same thing.
Oh, okay.
Everything is linked together, by the way.
Oh, nice. Okay.
So like grab and kind of get out of the reds because the red vibrates.
Oh, yeah.
But grab
sure.
that anchor color in the center.
Oh, perfect.
Right?
Yeah.
And this is what I love. This is like
Mhm,
straight up
this one.
color theory in, complementary.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Oh, I like this. What this compound is kind of doing. I also kind of like shades. Let's do compound because it gives us like lots of options for colors. And then what sometimes I like to do is I'll start with an image first, and then we can like put it into. Can you also upload an image into?
Yes, that's right.
Oh,
This little
wow.
icon right here.
Oh shoot, so easy. Can I like
Yeah.
upload one from my library? Or...
There's a zillion different ways to do this.
Okay, no worries.
There's so many ways.
So I really like the colors in this kale salad, I think. And I know that uses the reds though, so maybe we should avoid that. And then another way you could sort of think about color is that, if all food images tend to have a lot of, because if it's meats, it's lots of like reds and oranges, and pastas, lots of yellows. Then maybe you could have like a UI that like complements that, or you could have a UI that like I don't know, just seeks to be really neutral and fade into the background so that the colors really pop. But then you have like a link color or something that really like is only like one of the only colors that you use.
Yeah, I like the idea of potentially. Yeah, you can go either like different ways there. So yes.
Yeah, totally. Well, let's see.
Either you define it. Ideally, it would be taken from these images. So as soon as you pick kale salad, we'd be pulling from that image. Would be awesome. So I guess neutral.
Okay, yeah, I like that. Let me see if that actually worked. Did I actually save that? Nope, I did not save that to be installed. What is my keyboard shortcut? Yes, it's this one. Yes. Okay. Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, you can adjust all day long.
Bright, muted. Okay, this one has sort of like a like an Italian food kind of feel, which like I'm honestly like not feeling that much, especially because like whisk makes me feel like, I don't know, it's like really fast and easy, and I know we're trying to avoid reds. Let's see what happens if we actually use this photo, which I think is really nicely.
Okay. So that works. You can adjust those all day long. And
yeah,
so that kind of bounces around.
I'm kind of digging this one, honestly, where we've got this sort of like, you know, this blue and like this kind of thing. This is such a hack. What? Oh, fun!
So, yeah, we'll just switch over to me. So essentially what's happening here, I know it looks kind of confusing, but this is my iPhone. So iPhone right here, see, hello. And, you know, because we want the colors in our library. So that's all I did, is I'm just going to be pointing this at my screen, which is the image on the left.
Okay.
And you can see it start to bounce around.
Yeah.
This gets like super Christmassy too as I look at it.
Yeah, it does get really Christmassy.
But, you know, if we want, actually here, this one might be more neutral. Still might pull out some of the reds, but I could tap on it. Once I tap on the image, it's going to freeze it, and then I can adjust the colors accordingly.
Okay.
So we get like that might be our highlight color, and you get the idea. We'll go a little darker.
Oh, that's so cool.
There's like a zillion other things I'm tempted to show you, but so from there, oh, by the way, this little icon right down here in the very bottom, I can upload an image here as well, just so you know. Oh, wow. Okay. But the cool thing is like the reason I'm using this is the fact that, yes, I can adjust from here, but I'm just saving it to, it's just called Color Theme 1 into our Cece and Paul library is what we're doing. Oh, by the way, one more thing. Let me click on type. So as you were doing earlier, because I really liked I like your handwriting. It's like beautiful, right? You can capture fonts as well. So that's what I'm doing now at this point. Like you have this nice kale salad. It looks so good. I don't know what's going to happen, but like you just like knocked this out like nobody's business. But I'm just capturing. I'm going to try to figure out if I could find a font that matches your handwriting. Oh, wow. And that's what's happening right now.
Oh, wow. Interesting.
Right. It doesn't do the interpret just quite correctly, but like we are a step closer.
Yeah,
with that
like
one.
Lies so lad.
I know, lies so lad. Kale salad. See, even Adobe Capture doesn't like kale salad.
That's so crazy. Okay, that's
so I'm
so
syncing
cool.
that now as well. So you're gonna have colors and then that type.
And so I can use that typeface directly inside XD.
You can,
wow, because it's just pulling from Typekit or what.
And then if you would have made this, is a lot of people know Typekit, or excuse me, as Adobe Capture is capturing vectors. So anything that you would have drawn, if it was an icon, I'd say, okay, let's capture this, you know, icon. Oh, I got too much. Let's just kind of erase that part.
Whoa, this app is called Adobe Capture?
Adobe Capture.
Oh my gosh.
Yep. You know, it's pretty large. We'll just kind of crop it down because we want this. Looks like a piece of, like, I don't know, cheese. Yeah, exactly. We spent all this time. Oh, but and smoothing, by the way. When you turn on smoothing, like, I don't know, like, there's times where I think it actually makes it look a lot better. My experience is that it gives everything a nice smooth appeal and actually minimizes the vectors. And that's now saved to our library as well. That's awesome. All good fun. And as I click over, let's go, boop, 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 boop. There it is.
That's awesome. I feel like we should keep.
Oh, and then this is what I did as well, is I put all these images in here. So if you wanna look at some of these,
yeah, totally. I mean, I really like this sort of green thing that we have. Well, whisk. What does whisk remind you of, sort of like color-wise? It's almost like dessert-like because you're sort of like whisking up icing, or you're just like.
And I think definitely the logo will have that feel. You don't want to go too. Like I agree with you. Like you don't want to go too desserty, or it's gonna, or they're not gonna get the idea.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. No, totally. You know, red actually. Nah, green. Okay, green. Let's go green because green is really fresh. Green is fresh and it's like fast. I don't know. That's what I kind of associate. Maybe.
Yeah. No, green is fresh. Green is the perfect color.
Yeah.
Why isn't it used in restaurants more? Actually, most restaurants do warm tones.
Yeah, warm
tones. To say that this is hot and hot.
Warm tones actually make you more hungry and they make you eat more. You know what I learned once is that at buffets they tend to use blue plates because blue is the most like unappealing or unappetizing color to humans. And if you put food on a blue plate, you actually eat less food. So if you want to go on a diet, like you should, you know,
use a blue plate.
Apparently.
Really?
Yeah, which is kind of weird.
That is interesting.
Yeah.
And again, it's not a. That's so we can talk about color theory all day long.
Yeah. It's crazy.
And restaurant theory.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, by the way, like, this is so cool. Can I show you another tip?
Yeah,
you can continue to work, but like,
yeah.
So I use this image right here. Happens to be this one of the stew. Okay, which is not bad, and I can resize it and get it to where I want it.
Yeah.
But there's an interesting little icon right in here. And let me get that where I want it. It basically shows that it's linked. So if I happen to work in Photoshop and change this image, in this case, we'll just do a flip horizontal. Okay. Right? So nothing too drastic.
Sure.
Then it'll update it. So again, that's what that means. See how it's
got it. Wait,
flipped.
so how'd you do that? So you linked it from?
It's already linked.
Oh, it's already linked.
So anything I grab and put in here, it's going to be linked. Because I didn't even realize that the other day. I'm like, oh no, there's no way it's linked. But no, it is linked, and you could break the link. So I just clicked on it. I say, don't be connected to the library.
Okay, sure.
And then we're good. But again, at this point, we can add all the color, fun stuff that Photoshop can do.
Yeah.
And make it look weird or whatever. I'm going to do my best to, again, whatever. I'm just applying a change and then we'll update it.
Yeah, totally. Huh. Okay.
Anyway.
That's great for,
Tips.
Yeah, no, that's amazing. Okay.
Tim wants to paint his kitchen blue then, which is smart.
Yeah, I mean...
That's funny.
Yeah, or it might have backfire and have the effect where like no one wants to eat in your kitchen anymore, which is.
I know it's like hard benches at fast food restaurants.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, they just want to get you out of there.
Yeah, they want to give you a place to sit, but they don't want you to sit for that long.
Yeah. The world is designed in so many ways.
Yeah.
Okay. Actually, how about this? I'm just gonna play around this way. I'm just gonna
look.
Huh. Wait, where was?
Right there.
Oh. Thank you.
That's the Adobe Live team. They're like the sweetest.
Okay.
That's an inside joke. And then there's also inside jokes.
Okay, got it. Yeah, I don't get that one, but I guess someday.
It was an app that was a music app, so it was like. It was a long story. I don't think I'm supposed to mention it.
Okay.
It was a CD, so CDs.
Oh. Yeah, that's...
It was pretty funny, though.
Okay, that's what it was called? The app was called that?
And that's going to go back in. That's a classic. That's going to be a classic moment in Adobe Live history.
Oh, my goodness. Okay, that sounds good. Wait, so can you show me how to do... I just want to play around with... Huh, sorry.
No, go.
Oh, yeah, no, I just want to... So, Typekit. Like, how can I just, like, play around with all the ones that are
in Typekit? Okay, so let's take a look at that. We will... I want to do a couple of things. Time. Yeah, so these are actually already loaded in. Essentially, what this means, we'll just go to Typekit. Go to typekit.com and then just log in. Okay. That's what you're going to have to do.
Got it. Okay.
Typekit.com, log in, sort by. I'm really into slab serifs. It doesn't really say Whisk. Really? I could easily see Whisk as being a script font, but nonetheless, let's go with something simple, serif. Yeah. And this is what I do is I'll start to refine this by saying, hey, I want like a font that's thin, medium, and then thick. Actually, these used to be not radio buttons, but toggles. Because that's what I want. I actually typically want to find a font that has the most flexibility.
Sure. Yeah. I like, the slab is nice because it's like old school, but then you can find one that's like modern enough where like, it kind of, this is kind of, it's really girly. Hold on.
Yeah. Whisk. And okay, this is another tip for everyone is I really like this. If you go to this site, I'm wondering what fonts I already have on my machine that I might use, and it's kind of annoying scrolling through this list. But if you go to wordmark.it, wordmark.it, come in here, and I'm going to say, hey, you know what? WHISK. Oh, yeah. Totally. And these are all the fonts on my system.
Yeah, that's right.
So,
anyway. That's a good one. Yeah, I'm just, I feel like this computer doesn't have a lot of good fonts.
James wants the font Hobo.
Hobo? Oh, no. Hobo. Wait. What does Hobo look like again?
Hobo is, just... It's hard to explain. But it's not it's not like on the hit.
That's the one.
Yeah.
I once there was like a restaurant called the Mellow Yellow or Mellow Mushroom or something.
Oh, yeah, Mellow Mushroom. You guys know Mellow Mushroom? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a chain.
Didn't they
They do. They have a font like this. You're exactly right.
I don't know.
Good.
It's very, this is totally like a lava lamp. Okay, and of course, if I were really in real life and I were like thinking about typefaces, I would just like look at these for a really long time
and get lost,
and it would be very boring to watch.
What I am gonna do, because I put that font. Okay. So can you do me a favor real fast? Can we like as soon as you're at a transition? I just want to see if the Typekit font that I synced to our library, if it will automatically install it for you if you select it.
Oh, okay. Let's...
Yeah, there we are. See. So go to File.
Okay.
And open the CC Libraries. And then go to Character Styles.
Looks like I don't...
Oh, no, sorry. Go open... is there anything else under your drop-down? Oh.
Maybe I need to... One invite. Oh, hold on. I'm not even inside CC and
didn't accept. Sorry, I had to accept my invitation.
Okay, now
Gotham font. I'm still waiting for somebody to make a Comic Curls font. Comic
Curls. Oh gosh, it's
a little much, so it should appear right in there as soon as it's ready.
Perfect.
So now let's see so what is this saying? So And again, this is brand new, but essentially you do. I guess you do need to install. I was hoping that would be an install button. So
yeah.
I apologize.
That would be nice. That would be perfect. Well, let's see. Time to cook. Time to cook. Time to cook. What seems like most appetizing? Unclear. There's something about, like...
No, just some people are playing with Adobe Capture, Cece.
Oh, nice. Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah.
I need to play around with it.
That sounds good.
Yeah. You know what? This actually kind of reminds me of... Okay, let me just try it. Let me just try syncing this. Sutro extra bold.
Philippe? Or Felipe? That's a good... I like the industry.
Is that what I do? I just press sync.
Yep.
And then,
you just press sync.
And then it's...
If you want... Why, you want it to be harder, or...
Oh my goodness. I just expected it to be harder, that's all. Oh my goodness. This is crazy. My life is forever changed. Anyway, okay, we need to start thinking about how.
I got one more for you. As soon as you find a font you like, we'll take it to the next level again.
Okay, all right, sounds good. I mean, part of me is like, well, because you probably don't want, you know. I'm thinking whether I want like a sans to, you know, to complement all of this, and I probably do.
Yeah.
So I'm probably gonna just go do that. I'm gonna find a.
And like the next thing we'd need to think about is, like, just as something to keep in the back of our head is the licensing of this font. Like, if this was an app, but this is perfect. This is for the browser. This is perfect.
Yeah.
Because these are all available in Typekit. We can use these everywhere. Not a problem.
Okay.
If you are making an app, it gets to be another thing. It's like, oh, I didn't think about licensing this font for this app because I'm going to be installing it. It's going to be distributed with it.
There's something about this that sort of reminds me of like the New York Times kind of like editorial, and like within the New York Times when they have their like recipe apps. I just really like the way those guys look. Anyway, I don't know. Let's just try this guy. Tenso.
This is exactly what. We will. I think we got a note from the Adobe Live team that said, hey, you know what? You should go ahead and do a random drawing soon, like earlier. So I think we're going to do a random drawing here in a couple minutes, if that sounds good.
Yep, good plan.
So thank you so much for the font suggestions. Nexa Bold, Clarendon, Brandon Grotesque, Proxima Nova, which is awesome. Thank you so much for that. And
I used Brandon Grotesque in something
no,
recently.
I guess no Times New Roman. We're not going that old school. But if you guys are ready for this random giveaway, while we sort through fonts, and go. Just say something in the chat. Say hello, but essentially just get active in the chat on Behance. This will give that's your way to say, hey, guess what? I'm a real person on the other end of this keyboard. And because we do when we give it away, want to make sure you hear us. So let us know that you're there. Say, hey, Cece, it's good seeing you. How are the chickens? Say whatever you want. What's one of your chickens' names? Do they have names?
One Domino, Paloma, Astrid, Bertha. That's one name.
Oh, wow. Domino, Paloma, Astrid, Bertha.
Liza and...
Eliza.
And what's the other one? Harriet.
Harriet. That's fun. So this is your chance to win a limited edition print. And guess what? Socks not only for your right hand, but also for your left hand. You could put them on your feet. You could put them on your hands. Maybe if you're in a kitchen like me, you'll probably have to put these on your hands because you're not allowed to touch anything. So bring the place down. But these will also be given as well. So you got us. You got it, James. Sergio, I'm glad you want to win as well. Caesar, the socks are like a huge hit. Sock 'em to Nicole. She's like, sock 'em to me. Oh, puns. Oh, that's fun. I found a font for Whisk.
Oh, did you?
Oh, so dope.
Oh, that's cute.
Check this out. Like, let's switch to me real fast. I'm getting too excited.
Do
Thank
it.
you. So this is, I'm just in Illustrator. This happens to be a typekit font called Lust Script, which happens also to be my favorite. Has alternates too as they appear down here. So we could do like, boop. Maybe it has that sort of swirl underneath it.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I like that.
Maybe we'll do, let's switch this. Let's have this H be like, no. Like that.
Mm-hmm.
Something like that.
That's nice.
And I get it, everyone. Like making a logo isn't picking a font. It's not really the same thing, but
I mean, that's a big part of it.
it's a big part of it. You know, we
Yeah.
have a certain look we're going for. All right.
Yeah.
Winding down the prize. So thank you, Laura and Donna and Nicole and Nordine for entering, and Jimmy, Sergio. We have a winner. The winner is Nicole Anderson. Congratulations, Nicole Anderson. You are the proud winner of a limited edition print, as well as these fantastic socks. Both of them. So, congratulations, Nicole. Hand delivered by Michael Shays. As he said earlier, he literally just like takes the socks, hops on a plane, flies to your house, waits outside your door creepily till you get home, and then hands you the socks and runs away like a magical elf. I don't know.
Oh, goodness. Yeah.
Oh, sorry, Laura, she didn't win. You're so clever too. Nicole Anderson,
All
you
the
are the
best
big winner.
ideas.
Yeah. Seriously, you should see some of these logos that we've been getting, some of the apps that have been rolling through. We get to judge some of those.
Oh, okay. That sounds fun. Okay, I'm just gonna use Whitney, guys. It's like my default. I'm just, trying not to be too lazy. But I also think that Whitney's gonna go great with like a really like, curly,
Fun.
scripty logo.
Yeah.
It's kind of just goes with everything.
I like it.
Yeah. Let's see. I really think that these should be bigger. Oh, are these not linked anymore? So the sizes of these don't get linked together, which is interesting. So, oh, I see. Maybe I am. Oh, here we are. Okay, got it.
All right, how's everyone doing? Whisk.
Just kind of like
Okay. Yeah.
So one thing that I've run into with the repeat grid thing is that there's this like if I don't make it wide enough, but then I want to make it wider later, it's like, so it's kind of like repeating here, but I want it to like I want this image not to show.
Yeah. So let's take a look at that. So here's your repeat grid. This is technically the item that's repeating right here.
Yeah.
This is your column. So you can click on that and drag that over.
Oh, okay.
And it's making the whole box bigger, but you basically push that over and then you can grab the green.
And then just make it smaller.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. That
And it should be down.
Nice.
It'll repeat
Okay, perfect.
forever.
Okay, nice.
Yeah, so Rod Murphy, that's a great question. We are on behance.net/live. That's when I say chat, like be in that chat. And that's how you get entered to win. Thank you for pointing that out. But oh yes. I do think it's kind of funny how serious we take this stuff when it's totally like a fake project. You know,
yeah,
it's like,
yeah.
we got to get this done.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, well, it's kind of...
That's so true. That's so true. I'm being really serious about this, I think. But then again, I don't know.
Hey.
Design, there are no little things, am I right?
No. Exactly.
Everything.
Especially these days.
Yeah. I don't know anymore. I'm just like, did I want to make this all the way to that side? But then I'm like, no, this looks weird, and I need to like put it inside something.
Yeah, we can talk about this.
We can talk about it.
And I have some ideas too.
Oh, okay. What are your ideas?
Oh well. For one, let's talk about the. We'll have to talk about the font and stuff.
You're not a fan.
I'm not a fan.
Okay, great.
I think it looks kind of fat and chubby, and I'm like, I want it to taste good and
okay,
be
great.
more elegant.
Okay, let's find something. Totally understand. Okay. Let's go back to Typekit and just kind of look around. What are your favorite fonts?
I'm boring. I like Trebuchet actually is one, but
okay.
there's a couple on Typekit. I like the ones that have the most the most weights basically. So let me take a look. I typically like slab serifs, but I wouldn't go for that here at all.
I think there's just a lot of
honestly, I think it's for how big that font is, it shouldn't be a big bold font. It's just for the size that it's at. So I personally would just go with a thin font. Typically that would be Helvetica New Light, or the equivalent.
We can also, make it.
Yeah, I would
do a light typeface.
Yeah, I like the.
And then so I'm gonna do this in Whitney, and then I'm gonna do it with.
This is the great thing, because I wanna show you. Oh, actually, that's already a. It's nice how you can kind of go through. I even like that better. Like the fact that it's just thinner, just like makes it.
Right. Yeah. I think that's what you're responding to. So I'm kind of like just trying to make. Yeah, I know. I totally agree. Everything was like way too bold.
And then there's some other ideas that I have.
Okay.
But I'm gonna try to now. This gets into the design aspect of it. First of all, I really like how that panel on the right is black. There's more we can do there. Another thought is, let me just open up. Give me 1 second. Let's go right. Hold on, give me 1 second. Let's go to this, for instance, just to kind of help us with ideas. I think I showed this the other day. So, this is just a thought. I'm not saying it's even a good idea. It might not be a good idea.
Yeah.
But if it extended all the way across and then you had the text on it, the problem with that is
you can't really see the image. I don't know. Well.
Yeah, I don't know. So I don't know. That was just a thought, is all I'm saying. But I like how. What's going to happen if you do this is this panel right here at the top, with it being the only thing that's white, it would really stand out.
Yeah.
So, anyways, how are you guys doing? How's everybody doing? Sorry, we get all sucked into this. All right, thank you, Adobe Live team. We have it's a pretty big team, pretty active. Got, appreciate them. All right. Thanks. So, this is what I wanted to show you actually, too. Since we're still on my screen, just gonna open up this. Nothing's really too crazy in here. But,
Whoa.
like, so here's an app. This is what Damien showed me yesterday. So he basically like is in a community manager for XD.
Yeah.
I can take all these graphics and I have, there aren't a lot of colors, but every color that I used, since I have all the artboards selected, I could say, hey, guess what? Boom. Put all the colors right in here. These are all the colors that I've used.
Oh, nice, yeah.
Okay, that gets to be really powerful. As I start to take a look at these, this gold is for these hearts. Okay, so I can right click and I can select edit. And now I can change this because I'm thinking, okay, I want this to be a different color. Maybe I want it to be red. So what I have actually done, or whatever, I've changed it everywhere. It's changed it everywhere. These are global. All these colors are all global colors.
Oh, cool. Yeah. That's
right. So
amazing.
even
Okay,
here,
so anytime you use that color.
anytime I've used it, so that's why it changed it everywhere.
Yeah.
And all I did is do a right click and edit. Same thing for fonts. So let's select everything. First of all, this isn't that robust with fonts, but these are the character styles. Click, and it added them all in.
Oh, nice.
And now if I change, so across many of these screens, I'd have to find where that stuff's being used, but it'll change accordingly.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay, that's nice.
So
That's cool. I dig it.
you just have to do the right click, edit.
Let's see. Maybe we should try to. Okay, just add these.
Okay, so Imam says the menu and search icon is too big.
The menu.
I like how this is. I like how this is shaping up though,
Oh.
because serving size is smaller. Servings is smaller, so
Yeah,
that's good.
yeah. So let's see. Yeah, servings made sense to make a little more small. This ingredient panel. Basically, what I'm trying to do is like. I was just seeing if we could. Let's see. Oops. Add a border to these things, and then let's see.
I have a logo in there for you.
Oh,
I just
nice, thank you.
made this one until
Okay,
we get
perfect.
more.
Okay, nice. Great.
It's not vector.
Oh,
I want it to be, but CC Libraries doesn't support vector graphics just yet. But they will.
okay, we'll find a spot to put whisk in.
Oh, Laura Triana has to go. She hopes she wins next time. Happy Thanksgiving to everyone. See you all in 2 weeks. Thank you so much, Laura.
Thanks, Laura.
And by the way, you have your phone. You can just still be with us. Oh, too much. Ooh, I like Munir. Good call. I like Open Sans. I like Lato.
Yeah, Open Sans and Lato.
Yeah.
I use Lato for way too many things. Well,
Oh, do you?
every single project on my portfolio is in Lato. I know, kind of embarrassing. And there are only 2 projects in my portfolio, so I guess that's like kind of thing. Anyway.
You're funny.
What is? I don't know why this is being so. I'm like, when was the last time I really did a visual design? Okay. Let's play around with like I don't know. How are we feeling about this?
I have an idea
Yeah.
or a thought.
Yeah.
And I just kind of wanted to show that. So essentially, like what you have here
Yeah.
is boom, got it. Is so basically what I was thinking is like for yours, do you have not necessarily a full-on image, but if I could put a panel over it, and I can turn on background blur.
Oh.
So we could, like, I don't know. I'm just throwing out ideas.
Yeah. Okay.
Does that make it more interesting than just a regular gray?
Oh, totally. Probably. Let's put that in. So.
Oh, sorry, you already have it. Boom.
Okay, so which?
Yeah,
let's
any.
pick one of these guys, stick it in, and then I just put like a rectangle over it to
Yep.
give it a background image.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. And then background blur.
Yep.
Whoa.
Oh, that looks good.
Yeah, I think
That looks so
that looks good. That looks good, and it's sort of like, you know, what's it called? Hold on. 1 second. Oh, okay. Because basically what I want to do is I want to take these, I want to group these together, and then I want to send it to back. Okay.
That looks so good.
Great. Dude, man.
We're killing it here, people.
These
We're
are
killing
some, like,
it.
seriously good ideas, man. Okay. So, and then I guess we can try making these white. I feel like, is that going to be enough contrast? Yeah. That's like enough for the,
Yeah, and oh, by the way, you want to adjust that a little bit? Select that background blur item, and you can make it darker. So select it under background blur.
Wow.
You can adjust how much that's how much it
Okay,
blurs,
that's how much
and
it
then
blurs.
below that is its light and darkness.
Oh, wow. Okay, that's
So,
great. This is amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, no, this looks great. This kind of reminds me of, I don't know, what Artio kind of used to look like back in the day. Did you ever use Artio, or did you use, what's it called? That other app?
I didn't use.
Spotify.
Oh.
Well, it was like
Spotify.
what? Yeah, it was like one of those old. It's kind of nice to view it on that screen because you can kind of like.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of like this like, you know, light red. I
Yeah.
don't know.
I like
What do
it.
you think?
I like the interesting red. So it's like maybe has a touch of orange in it.
Yeah, yeah, I like that.
And it feels natural.
Yeah, yeah. I almost like it not really saying time to cook and just being like, okay, this is the thing that it's telling you to do.
Mm-hmm.
You know. But I'm kind of like at a loss for like where this button should go, honestly. I'm like,
Does it go at the? I mean, does it go at the bottom, basically?
yeah, I think so. Build your menu.
All right, Amaro, you are correct. The darker blur background does work, so good call. That's been repeating without it. Okay, good. Caesar brings up a good question when you're using like the repeat grid. How do you update only one of the images without updating all of them to that same image?
It looks like it automatically does it for you. So like say I wanted to like just, you know, put in this, like it only copies the style and not the content.
Yeah, exactly. But it, like, I think when you first make your repeat grid, whatever image you have there will get duplicated however many times. So like do the gray box, repeat grid, and then just drop it in on the first one. And then another thing you have to do is just break it apart. Like you might have to just ungroup that repeat grid if you really want a lot, like sort of control. Start, and it should be start whisking.
Start whisking. What if?
Or not, I don't know.
No, you're right. Okay. Okay, nice. And then I think I'm gonna put this inside some sort of, I don't know.
I would. This is again, Peanut Gallery. Select that white bar behind it, behind the start whisking. No, is there one behind it right there, down there, or no?
No, not right now. No, it's just that this is like.
I was just thinking like make it look like that's on a white panel that has a thin drop shadow.
Right. Yeah, I was just about to do that actually, but you know what? Let's actually here. You know what I'll do? I will do this because I kind of like how what's it called? So I'm gonna take this. Oops. I'm gonna put this here, and then I'm gonna try this out, where you sort of have this semi-transparent thing, but it kind of like fades to
like a.
Because then.
Okay, gotcha.
Let me just try it.
Yeah.
This already.
Do you want to? you can have a linear gradient.
Yeah.
Is that what you want to do?
Yep. How do I do that?
So with it selected, select the fill color, and then up for where it says solid color at the top, change to gradient.
Okay, nice. Okay, so then I can.
And yeah, change the colors there. So change that to white. See, you're super smart.
And then, can I reverse that? I want to do the other.
Yeah. And another thing you can do is you're actually given this line on the object itself. It's like just another way to... So you don't need to make that massive. This is what I do, is select it. And then go into the gradient. And adjust the color stop.
Oops.
Maybe you can't adjust... Okay, click in the center just to add a new one.
Okay.
And then make that one pure white.
Oh, nice.
100% opaque.
Perfect. Oh, nice.
And notice it gives you that little dot there too. So that should be working, but it's not 100% transparent because what you have going on here.
This one is this.
No, that says 100%, so that's good. Okay, so this is what's happening. I'm so glad this came up because you're correct in here, but if you click out, here you have this set to 50%. So as a whole, it's set to 50.
There you go.
And that's 100.
I've run into that so many times. I just forget. Okay, so I want this end to be 100. I want this one to be more like around here or something. And then I think that I can just like kind of take this one.
Typesetting.
The what? Sorry.
Oh, nothing. I'm just reading a comment. Deborah, I'm not sure what you're saying about the typeset casing throughout the layout. Example, the button casing of copy. Not sure what you're saying, but essentially, you can turn that into a symbol. I'm not sure what they're talking about. The typeset for that button is what they're referring to. What I would do in that case is I would probably make that a character style. That's one way of doing it, and you can have a button character style, and then we can always fix that to your liking, Deborah, at any point in time. Ooh, initial caps or all caps. That's what I agree with you, Deborah. Since it's not a complete sentence, I feel like it should either be initial caps or all caps. And I would go with, basically, whisking needs to be capitalized.
Oh, yeah. Oh, got it. Yeah. No, you're right.
That was a long way of saying.
Got it. There you go. Yeah, no, You're right.
Yes, so, yeah. Okay. In your opinion, is Photoshop, and this is everybody's probably going to answer this differently, but in your opinion, is Photoshop for initial prototyping become less important? Is it easier to begin in XD, and then fill in all the graphics from Photoshop elements, which are produced on the fly? Right, he's asking me, but honestly, it just depends on the person. Cece, I know you've worked. You haven't even used XD that long, and you're like super fast.
Yeah, I guess my question is why you use Photoshop for initial prototyping. Why is it better for you for prototyping than XD right now? Rod, is that right?
Yeah, I know only Rod can answer that, but oftentimes it's like if you know Photoshop extremely well.
Sure. Okay. Got it.
Just the same answer for Illustrator. Why don't you use Illustrator? Like,
you're
probably going to, the path of least resistance is using something you're already using.
I see.
But objectively, XD would be the way to go.
Yeah, right. Yeah, XD is built. Oh, I see. Okay, yes. So XD, is sort of built for UI design. So. And
the fact you don't have this repeat grid and stuff, and all these, everything that you put in your assets panel is all going to be global stuff.
Yeah, totally. Okay, so I think I like what we made here together. I'm tempted to what's it called? First, capitalize all of these because they probably will be, and then the other thing is I don't know, just play with another typeface that like. You know what I would like to see? Yeah.
That'd be kind of fun.
So maybe something more round and geometric, like.
I think it's looking really strong. as this stands right now, this is like super strong.
Oops. Okay, great.
You know, I think, yeah.
It's nice to see it on a screen that's so far away because you remove yourself from it almost. Okay. Anyway, great. Let's go ahead and start.
I like it.
What I want to play around with actually, because I've never done it myself, is like what's it called? Starting to apply all of these to styles, and then like using those styles on other artboards. So say
so
for example,
close. There's the whisk logo. You can close this panel. Do you want to? Did you say styles? Do you want to? It's just a ping file, but
nice.
you know, you can always adjust the transparency because there's no way it should not be black. Really, it's like probably a little too much.
Maybe we could just kind of like center it.
And it definitely starts to break down at that size.
Yeah, that's true.
What if we did? See, you're doing things that I don't know you can do. What if it was like, here's just a thought.
Yep.
This jerk. I was always shouldn't do this, but like, what if? Oops.
Sorry.
Can you
Just
give
tap.
me back?
Yep. There you go.
I was just gonna make this semi-transparent, like.
Oh yeah.
Because at this time, what if you're
really
you're already into the app, so you don't even need to.
Yeah.
I don't know. That was just a thought.
So like the first page could just be like whisk on as it's loading, and then it kind of like fades, and then kind of like is only visible back here or something.
But I don't know.
I really like that. I think that's great. I would make it even lighter. I think so. Well, you can't really.
Oh, you know what I need to do with that logo? Is the H needs to extend down.
Okay.
And become a whisk.
Oh,
don't you think?
Nice. Yeah. No, I think that's cool.
So yeah, so that's what I do, because this part right down here needs to extend down, and this is the part that they're whisking right there.
That's cute. I
so
like that.
I got a job to do for this fake app that we're getting. Like for this real app we're getting paid so much money for, that's so important.
Yes.
We just like food.
Yeah.
And we got to do something with these eggs from the chicken coop.
Yeah, we've got to do something with those eggs. It's true.
I still think it should be called eggs, and it's like it totally needs to be an app of like all egg recipes because you have chickens and you're constantly.
Yep. Just like only
101 ways to use eggs.
Yes.
That's probably already a book, but.
Probably. Okay. Let's. Okay, next page. Whisk.
Good.
Okay, let's.
This is what I do before you start duplicating everything. Like
Yeah.
a thought might be to like take that button and turn it into a symbol.
Okay, yeah. So symbol is.
Yeah, just move that Creative Cloud library so you can close it probably or whatever. But
yeah, I did the shortcut, so I think it's a symbol already.
Oh,
just Control
look at you,
K.
fancy pants.
I don't know. I was one of the shortcuts I remember.
You're good.
So like.
That's all. Just because when you start duplicating all the screens, you like kind of want to have everything like set up.
Yeah, that makes
like
sense.
even for the font, like you can make the font a character style and whatever else.
Okay, wait. So start whisking. So this. So sorry. Did I just undo that symbol? Oh, interesting. So that's how that happens. So if I duplicate it as a symbol, right? Like and I change this. Oops. Oh, okay, so it doesn't change the copy or anything. It only changes the style. That's nice. Okay, great.
So now we're gonna use that button wherever we want.
Okay, perfect. Nice. And then you can see it inside.
Here, let me show you.
Symbols?
Actually, not there, but I'm glad you went there because this is good user research. Right down there, that little.
Oh, nice.
Cells multiplying.
Oh, okay, got it. Oh, very cool. So you've got layers, and then you've got symbols. Oh, okay, and then this is where I can add colors and character styles. So, for example, if I wanted this to be a color,
yeah, so you have the color there. You already have it selected, so yeah. Go over here. Just hit the plus button.
Oh, nice.
There you
Okay,
go.
got it. So whatever is selected, it will get added to that. And so, like, likewise, this is a character style that can be added here.
Mm-hmm.
And can I rename this, or it just? Says...
I think that's the. No, you cannot.
Okay, that's cool.
But good to know.
Yeah.
Are you hearing that, Damien, and Talon and Ash?
That's cool.
I just really realized everybody on the XD team has a cool name. Ash, Damien, Talon.
Yeah, those are really badass names.
Those are really cool names. Like
Yeah.
I didn't even have to say their last name. You know it's a cool name
Yeah.
and unique.
That is so sweet. Okay, I'm just gonna keep adding.
Munir, you're the only Munir I know, so you could just go by Munir. And same thing with Nuruddin. And Tasseta.
It's because send this to back. No, it's gonna be behind this guy. If I select multiple things, will they send multiple to back? And then if I send this to back again, send to back. Yes. Then I can select
You're not
this.
quite a layer person, huh?
What do you mean?
Like, I mean, you just, no need to,
Oh, group things?
or just like some
Or-
people might use layers to do the send to back and bring to front. They'll just use the layers panel instead.
Oh, I see.
It's just different ways of working.
Yeah, that's true. Well,
Doesn't really matter.
Because I knew what was like the most back. Like, actually, I want this one to be the most back. So because I want the shadow to appear, and so like, I don't know. Anyway, so we've got
looking really
whisk,
good.
Start whisking. Okay. So now that I have some of these, like, I guess colors and styles kind of saved. Yeah, I guess the funny part is that, like, this is like very. I wish that I could see them and name them, or like
Yep.
see them in different sizes, because they all look like very similar to me.
They do. Like, you don't know what's what, and they're all the same font size. You can't
Yeah.
even.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, agreed.
No, totally. Okay. Well, let's just like take this then, this other page. Which page are we looking at? This one. Okay, let's take this guy. And then let's start just sort of like applying this style to it. So like, what's my like body size? Or my, oops, I forgot about this. Let me just like ungroup this. Object, ungroup grid. Let's do this. Yes, we got. Oh. How do I apply? Oh, nice. Oh. Confusing. Because now I'm like, which typeface did I use for all of these? And then that one's actually the 26 point. Confusing. Okay. I feel like I'm just gonna go like this. Because I did not.
We have quite a few designs. Kind of some shout outs. Endis, Nazar, Henrice, Don Jones, Caesar. Wow, Studio Cadiz, you did a couple of them. Juan Camilo Ramirez, Michelle, and Nazar entered in a couple. Okay. Yeah. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have 8 certified entries. Yeah, might as well look at them.
Nice.
Let's do it. All right. So what we have here. So just to kind of recap what's happening today is the theme is social, and they have to use they have to use this template file, this file to begin with. Just to point out, this is essentially what we're looking for are these elements, right? So we'll see, we'll see some of these buttons and these elements. And just like I showed you a second ago, like I can select everything, add all those colors, add all those character styles, add all those symbols. Maybe that's what they did, but now they have the ability to control the color. Watch, edit, you know, across everything. I don't know why it's like missing those, but you get the idea.
Totally.
All right, so let's take a look. Let's back. So that was a good one, Paul. Flowers. So this is a social app. How old are you? Your location? Let's meet. Okay, so this is like social dating app. Said I'm interested. I'm interested. She was cute. Why didn't you? You're just teasing me with that screen. There's no... Oh my God.
Well, it was a great 2 screens.
Yeah, it was a great 2 screens. I was almost a misconnection there. Yoga. So let's click on these.
Cool.
All right. Go into the flying woman.
Flying woman.
I'm not sure. That's definitely not the flying woman. I'm not sure what pose that is, though.
Nice.
Time for doing it. When you did it. So it's basically logging your yoga. And I think this is fantastic, actually. This is, you are awesome. I'll have to dig up your name, but I think this yoga app is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Just because they did a good job with the execution of all the screens.
Yeah.
You know, that's a nice overlay. It's super clean.
Yeah, that's great.
Social gathering. Let's sign back in. Let's go ahead and take a picture of the potato salad.
You are bringing it. Yes, I am.
All right, so let's go back. Let's go click back here. Let's click on one of these elements. Wow, it's like everything is working. Yeah. That's great. Oh, these buttons down here.
Oh, cool.
Add
you can play games.
Oh, wow. I'm into it. We could see our friends like bringing it. They're bringing it.
Yeah.
And that's probably what this was. Yeah, very nice. Let's actually click once more. So let's make sure I got all the screens. Monopoly starts at 3:15. It's fun.
Yeah.
And a lot of this is working.
That's awesome.
Social gathering, very appropriate. We do have Thanksgiving here in the U.S. Geocache. Ooh, good name. Bilbo Baggins. Oops, let me go back. Oops, sorry, let me start over. Sorry. Ooh, and I missed this first screen, which is gorgeous. Probably just updated, by the way. Since I looked at it, you can republish to that same link.
Oh,
and that's what happened.
Oh, that's cool.
So we're going to go for the geocache. Super hidden hobbit cat catch. Bilbo Baggins. Oh, there he is. Got him. Smeagol. We can go back. So yeah, good job.
Cool.
Map. That's fun.
Nice.
This is what they could have done a couple things. Basically, an upside down capital A is that icon.
Oh, yeah.
So what if they did upside down A and then right side up A?
Yeah. Dude, that's a really good idea. You were
full of ideas.
Yeah.
Julia Gomez, maybe she wants to meet me on the map. Hi, Julia. Hi. I'm making it weird. Medellin. Ooh, these people are in your area. So you go out from 1K to 30 kilometers, and those are the people as you sort of expand out further, and then you can also just do a search maybe in a different area.
Nice.
Great job. Again, setting me up. She's like right there, but I don't get to the point where I get to message them. And let me just make sure. So, yeah. So that was map. Ooh, wait. Sorry. Let's go back. Antisocial.
Meetups for the awkward. Nice.
Right. We like it already, huh?
Yeah. I need an app like this. LAN party. Nice. Okay.
LAN party.
Okay, perfect. Yeah.
Description, things to bring, next people.
Yeah. Don't forget your Magic Gathering cards. Okay, yes. Perfect.
People are, notifications. Let's go into
Cool.
Jason, who's going. Oops, let me go one more screen.
Jason's going. Oh, wow.
Distance, lazy versus active.
Okay.
Honestly, they win like on the whole idea of this
concept.
antisocial. Like, I wanted to almost have nothing in the app.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, yeah, that's right.
You know, like it's really not an app.
Yeah, it's really just like, are you by yourself?
Antisocial, like you by yourself.
You're done.
People to maybe, I don't know what that would look like. This is one we saw earlier, but I think they've been adding to it and
cool.
has had a significant update. So this is a sort of a social, they're kind of taking you through, but I really like this format. So it's like, here we have, let me just kind of click over here. So clicking, I'm not sure what these numbers are.
Yeah. Is something blockchain? Is this like using the blockchain to, no, I don't even know.
Messages, notifications, your profile.
Laces.
Everybody's, yeah. So everybody within 2 miles around will see your post. I like where your head's at. So anyways, I don't fully understand the app, but I like the format. I like the number of screens. I got 13 screens,
Is it
profiles.
like a cryptocurrency and then like you have blah blah minutes, meaning you get blah blah laces. Oh, interesting. So it's like you're earning currency by the amount of time. So like you're mining laces when you spend time on the app. I don't know. Okay, I don't understand Bitcoin. I'm pretty bad at it.
I don't know either.
Okay,
which is
great.
why there's a lot of people making a lot of money out there, and we're not. So thank you so much, Laced Coins, Antisocial. We have Map, Geocache, Social Gathering, and yoga, and then this girl that was totally flirting with me. She rejected me. Come on, put one more screen in there. Just all I need is a message button. That probably doesn't work. Story of my life. All right. So thank you so much. We are going to give you guys some more time. We'll give you. We're gonna have to wrap this up soon. So we'll give you guys until 4:40. So we'll give you another 10 minutes since we did an early review.
4:40. I'm just playing around with this screen. Doop doop doop. Let's see. I'm gonna take this button. I'm gonna put it here.
We'll easily need another 10 minutes to review all these too, by the way. Just so you know, Andrew, Garrett, Deho888, Abdel, Nicole, Michael, Courtney, we have your apps in as well, so just didn't have a chance to review them. Going through these to figure out the top contenders, but we did just get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 new ones in. Wow.
We do like the yoga app.
While you work in there, I'm gonna just like review some more.
Okay, do it.
Can I? Because we have a lot of designs.
Keep reviewing.
So Chit Chat or Chat app, connect with friends and create groups. Share your experiences. Sounds like a great idea. What's your number of messages? I like this, using the background blur. Record a video. All right, that's posted. Take a photo. You get the idea. New message.
That's great.
Yeah, that's cool. Although I can't go back when I click there. But yeah, let's move on. Here's all the contacts. Great color scheme. And let's just kind of go through these. Contacts, messages, exploring or discovering, your groups, and then who you are. Very nice, good color scheme. Into it. Near, first of all, I love the title of this app. It's called Near with 2 E's.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, that's kind of. Oh, Near's a network near you. Message, video call, meetup. And let's log in. Here you are. You are John Doe. Here's our notifications. And our settings. Let's close out of that. Oh, I guess I could log out. There's 19 screens, so let me kind of click through these. Here's Aaron. Aaron can filter distance and sort by name and priority. Searching for someone. Finds John Doe. And again, notifications. So good stuff.
Cool.
So you'll see duplicate screens. It's because something is different between those screens. Maybe it could be something as simple as a highlight. DAO, define an original. Log in. Feed. Photos.
Cool.
Yeah, lots of photos. This is the main menu right here. I want to be able to close it. Let's go to this. That happens to be the opening screen. So
Interesting use of iconography for
yeah,
closing and opening stuff.
it definitely has like a personality, I feel.
Got it.
8, 9, lots of photos. LA, 10, 11, 12. Okay, cool. Social app. Find any event in seconds after you sign up. Search. Music events. Let's go back. So here we have search, sports. Okay, that's the sports section. So you could basically search by these different categories and find these events.
Cool.
Fitness and friends.
Fitness and friends. I like those things.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Let's go to this little profile. You want to challenge someone? Yeah. Challenging you to running or something. Oh, yeah. Challenge Paul. Totally gonna lose. Only if it's like napping. I'll challenge you to nap. Sound good? Good job. Send me a message and you'll probably win. Imager. So somebody just posted images. Very nice. Thank you so much, Michael. Saved images.
I like the color scheme on that one.
Yeah, and I like this unique menu kind of down the side is kind of an interesting approach.
Yeah.
And yeah, the color scheme. Drink, your favorite drinks, your favorite places. Again, I like drinks. I like places.
Yeah.
And I like people. So let's have that Manhattan.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so we're reviewing Manhattan. Sounds cool.
Oh, I had a review. I like it.
Yeah, I like this.
2. And those are all the, but yeah, it's cool that within 3 screens we got the concept.
Yeah, right. I
So
think simplicity is so key.
Yeah, very good. Thank you so much. We'll get these refined as well. Ooh, Illy, is this your first try? Yeah, we just need to get that through the form. So just click the contest tab and we'll check out that as well.
Yeah. Cool.
Oh, nothing. There's another one that's called Board Friends. So this is Board Friends.
Nice.
Which is just a classic name.
Okay, I thought that it was going to be about surfing for a second, and then I was like,
oh,
okay.
Oh, you're right. That's a little double entendre. Could be, or not double entendre, but
Yeah, but pun.
a pun.
Yeah.
1, 2, photography hike. Your events. Again, lots of scrollable screens, so that's how I got to photography hike. Here is your activity that you add, filled out, and then the final activity. And again, we really hope to be able to pin this content is what we're actively working on.
Cool.
So thank you so much. Those 2 new ones.
Fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know what I'm doing.
The pressure's on, Steve. Steve, the pressure's on, buddy. So many to review.
Oh yeah, let's write the style.
Thank you so much for these. Dow was cool.
I just want to play with typefaces now.
Fitness and Friends.
Or maybe I just want this.
Yes. Illy, good job. We got your entry. Thank you so much. First time using it, so I think what I saw. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2 minutes, everyone, to get your entry in. While you do that, yeah, I will review. Sweet. Thank you, sir. We're going to go ahead and take a look at yours, Illy. Upfit. Let's dive in to Upfit. Here's Find My Fitness. Jessica Jones. Fitness partner, maybe. Let's go to this next screen. Okay. Here's your profile and then your availability. So I think the whole idea of being able to find a fitness partner is what's happening here. But great job. And if this is your first time going through this, heck, great. Yeah, it's good. I mean, yeah.
Oh, nice.
You know?
Looks nice.
I mean, good photos, like, seems pretty clean. Yeah. And did a lot of work for an amount of time. So good stuff. Thank you, Illy. Good work.
What typeface is that?
Oh, I wish I could. One way I could tell is just use my phone. Doop.
Oh,
like
yeah,
use
that's
capture
right.
and just try to find it.
Maybe it's actually just, sorry, it's just UI. It's just SF, isn't it? Maybe it is.
Oh, is it?
Just try doing that for those guys.
You gonna try it? Boop, boop. Thank you. Awesome.
One thing is, how do you select multiple layers that are inside like separate groups? Because
Try the control key.
Okay.
I don't know if you can, but maybe that's not it. But it's one. I thought it was the control key.
Because previously I've used Command Shift for like Sketch, for example. But,
Okay.
And I. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe it's Command. Command will highlight it, but selecting it might be tricky.
Yeah. You just kind of want to. It's like kind of like a hack for getting like inside, layers that are like inaccessible.
All right, and it's time. So we have all our entries in. Oh, 2 more. Got it. Cool. Yeah, let's review these last 2. We have an app called Just Made It. At least that's the title of the project. That's funny. Just made it, just in time. It actually is our very last one.
Cool.
Send authentic handwritten letters. Oh, okay. I'm going to select a letter for $2. We can do some lined paper. You type in the message, you review it, and then send it. What I really actually like about this is I want somebody to actually write it out.
Yeah,
Right.
like how they do in, well, not her, that movie. Well, anyway. So.
Yeah, I think there's actually a 3D printer that will do that hand lettering for it. It'll actually, you type it in and it's a 3D printer that does
that's
the
cool.
writing. Yeah, so. Great work. Let's do one more and then we will pick our winner. We have social app. Let's discover pet lovers. Let's go to profile. I think Lorem Ipsum, that actually could be a person's name, a woman's name.
Yes.
Hi, my name is Lorem.
Yeah, it's like Lauren, but it's
Right.
different.
And then adjust. So basically, we could
Nice.
look for dog lovers or something like that. Again, yeah, I would love to. She's into dogs. She likes Adobe. She likes to travel and party and sweet things. Just need a little message button.
Yeah.
How do I contact her?
It's probably just
Again.
there. They're just.
She's not real, is she? Break my heart. So Vanessa, we want to hear that. You want to learn how to do this stuff. Like, really, you've learned XD over the course of the past, week or whatever.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, is a
Just
question
dive
like
in.
how to do it? Yeah, just dive in. Like, I think XD is really, really intuitive. I think just if it's your first time using it, just play around with lots of different styles and just copy things that you like.
Yeah.
I think that's
That's a good way to go. Is seriously take an app. You could literally do screenshots, and maybe do you rethink Instagram or something.
Yeah. Then you sort of start to recognize the patterns between between things.
Yeah, you do. By the way, and the Adobe Live team mentions this, but essentially every single session that we've had with Cece, with Johnny, and everyone is actually on YouTube. So you can go to YouTube, to the Creative Cloud channel, and you can watch this week over and over and over again.
A scary thought, in a way.
It is. We are immortalized, as I said earlier. We're being immortalized right now. But the thing is, you kind of scrub through it and watch it kind of all come together.
Yeah, that's true. I'm gonna try to play around with a prototype for this.
Yeah, let's go to you. I got it. I'm fast.
I don't know. I'm not really
I'm
doing
fast
much.
one.
I'm kind of just. I want to see what. I want to move to the. What was it called? Prototyping phase of this. Let me just.
Yeah.
Maybe.
And we have about maybe 5-ish minutes. Maybe 10. But then we need to pick a winner too.
Oh, okay. Got it. Okay.
Yeah, you want to do this? Yeah, we can do this. Shall we do it?
Yeah.
Well, all right. I have it narrowed down to the. We have our top 5. Okay, so we don't have time to go into detail on you know, why the others weren't picked, maybe, whatever. But they all vary. It's, you know, this one only has 8 screens. The Drink Social only has 3 screens. But the fact that we got it right away,
Yeah, I like that.
you know, is noteworthy. So,
Yep, that's
again,
true.
starting with this one, Drink Social. Let's get started. Search by location or drink. You found the Contempo Lounge. You're having a Manhattan.
Yeah.
They use the components.
Yep.
And,
Yep.
yeah.
That's cool.
Oh, awesome. Chit Chat had a lot of screens, actually, but we can click through these. You know, I think to some degree you don't need this. Do you need a next button? Is the whole. There's only one thing you can click on. And I feel like with the button says, hey, you can only. I don't know. I don't know what to think. Let's go. All of these are active, by the way, so we can go into contacts. We can go in and discover, and then kind of sorting through different groups. We can filter, and then your profile.
Okay.
Laced coins. We've seen this one, actually, I feel like multiple times today, but this is the one that we're like, we couldn't quite figure it out, what the situation was here. But I still
it's a cool
like,
effect.
yeah, and I like this, the layout's kind of nice.
Yeah.
You know. Social gathering, lots of screens here, but it, you know, seems to essentially work.
Yeah.
There's Lynn's, and this is just well designed.
Yeah.
And then we have yoga.
Yoga.
And again, we don't like count off or anything just because it says Adobe stock. Like, we don't want to have people to purchase. Although they do just have title here, so there could have been a little more. In fact, let's just refresh. Okay. Flying woman.
Yeah, that UI is really nice. It's very clean.
Yeah, and I really like this. This is the part. That's pretty nice.
Lots of different screens. Yeah, switching from like iPhone to or like using Android for like the first time after using like iOS for a while, like the choosing like times on a calendar was like, or sorry, on a clock was one of like the coolest. It was one of like the easiest UIs of.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because like, you know, it's like the difference between using that, I don't know,
the scroll wheel or whatever.
Scroll wheel versus that, like the other one.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think the yoga one's pretty cool.
Let's get it down to, and again, I'm just kind of pulling these out. Yeah. Laced coins. Oh, 15 now. Wow. It just had 13 a second ago. So let's sort through. Numbers are associated with people. Log into the account, keyboard, messaging and adding a new message. Their profile, everybody will see you. And around you will see your post. Notifications. And then settings. Look, we can actually scroll this information to the next 2 screens.
Yeah, that's good.
This is the last one. All right, and then drink social. So let's kind of, how are we going to do this? We got to figure this out.
What's our criteria?
Our criteria is they have to use these components, and I like how they use this like in a vertical fashion. So you'll see these as well. So that's like a minimum requirement.
Yeah, totally.
Which is design and usability. You know.
Okay. Yeah, totally. Okay.
So,
What are your faves?
I really like this screen. I just trying to decide myself.
I like that, you know, the laced coin is, I like this whole like cryptocurrency kind of thing. My favorite screen is actually that. I really like the way that for some reason that illustration looks along with the
yeah,
that
I do
social
too.
blockchain. Anyway.
I think this one, I mean, this one could be cooler, but I think it at the end of the day is going to need more. Yeah. So let's get rid of that one. And then we have these 4. Let's see this sweet potato pie versus something like this. I don't know. I think it's tough to.
I like the clean look of, you know, all of that stuff. It's cool, like social gathering. Okay, so what does this one do again? So both are social. This one lets you
Connect with friends,
Connect with
create
friends.
groups, share.
Okay,
So it's a lot
just
of
talk
these
to
down at the
friends
bottom. I
inside
like how they
groups.
did this.
Uh-huh.
And then these buttons work.
Oh, okay.
So I like how that slid up, naturally like iOS style.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to lean toward this one over this one. Because they're pretty similar, so we're basically going to, you know, eliminate that one. This is how we'll do it. Shoop. Trying to cover up other windows that are on my desktop. These three.
Cool.
Okay, Nazar, there's like 16 screens now. You're killing me. Is that the case?
Oh, man.
I don't know if he's talking about this one, but he's killing me. He's just like muscling it in there. Like, I want this. I want it, guys. I want it.
I mean,
He wants it.
A+ for effort, man.
Mm-hmm. That's good. Yeah, interested to see what you guys think. Feel free to even like vote for your own. Totally cool. This really needs to say chit chat. And that's what I constantly read. But it's still nice. This is my favorite screen here. And these are my favorite screens like right in here. This stuff. Really elegant.
Well, I mean, this is just like an Android pattern, to be fair.
Oh, okay.
Right?
So, all right,
Right?
let's get rid of it.
I don't know. I mean,
Yeah,
it is
done.
a nice app, though.
Yeah, it is nice. But we have to make decisions.
Yeah.
Sometimes these decisions are tough.
I mean, I don't know. I like all the effort that's going into laced coins, and I like that it's like a unique. I don't know. I mean,
2 minutes. Yeah, I do too. I like it too.
Chit chat. Okay. I'm just reading the comments.
Yeah, chit chat gets your vote. All right. Caesar, sorry yours didn't make the top 3. We did highlight it. So you liked Near too. Near was pretty cool. It had a clever name. Laced coins. We got 1 minute. Let's just pick one.
Yeah, dude. I mean, I'd go for.
All right, laced coins wins. Congratulations.
I just like how much like different UI stuff.
When your Creative Cloud and worked their butt off. Can we say that?
Yeah,
like
right,
so many screens
exactly.
being updated like almost real time. So congratulations.
Yeah.
I think that was Nadar's. I don't know. Actually, they might have. We'll just double check on whose this is. I think hopefully Gus will tell me. And thank you so much. Jeez, we're down to the last minute.
Yeah.
We're getting all emotional. Are we getting emotional?
Yeah, we didn't even get to look at Whisk logos, which is cool.
And
Did anyone make a Whisk logo? Maybe not.
Maybe. Yeah, maybe not. But thank you so much, everybody. Like, I really appreciate you, being here and working through your process was super fun.
Thanks for having me. It's
Yeah.
been fun.
Did you have a good time? You had a good time?
Yeah. I think I learned a lot about.
Would you do it
Adobe.
again?
To learn more about like XD for sure. I mean, it's
So you would
such
do
a
it
cool
again.
thing.
Put her on the list. You heard her say it. She'd do it again. Sign her up. Actually, no. Just shut the door.
Really
Shut the door. You're
going to
stay here.
I don't know.
But we will be back in actually 2 weeks. We'll take next week off, and essentially we're going to talk about the sort of the life of a campaign. We're going to have video. It's going to be like motion design, graphic design, illustration, like everything within 1 week. It's going to be super fun.
Okay.
Yeah.
For video specifically.
For video, for everything that
I
takes
see.
to put a brand together, which is going to be really fun.
Fancy.
Thank you so much, Cece.
Thanks,
thank you to everyone, Cadiz and Jing Hao and Caesar and Andrew and everybody. Thanks for hanging out with us. And just go to YouTube now and watch these recordings over and over all weekend. You have about a week and a half to do that. And thanks so much for joining us. Thank you, Cece.
Thank you.
Bye, everybody.